So obviously on this guitar, we still have a lot to do. Welcome, I'm Monty. As you saw just previously, I put all of this together, cut the pieces, put them on the back, they're all radiused properly, and we've got them all braced. So what we're going to do now is just remove the braces, and once we've done the braces and we've got them all off, then we get to the real fun part of this job. And that fun part involves actually getting the chisel out and carving this. Personally, I enjoy that a lot. And I'm sure a lot of other people that are building guitars and other instruments would enjoy that as well. So I'm very careful about how I take this off. As you saw, you can actually have these things snap off. What I do is I hold it at the bottom here as I pull the top so that it can't just jump back and spring at me. So this has now been drying for about 5 hours, and it's more than adequate for what we've got here. I've cleaned up all the squeeze out, and that's important that you take the squeeze out from the sides as you go along, because once it's hardened, it's a little more difficult to remove, and you can remove it, and there's still some in there that I will remove, but basically, if you think of the fibers of wood that are kind of going up and down like this as they go across, when the glue goes in there, they're like my fingers here, okay, going up and down and up and down. When the glue goes in there and it fills these crevices here, it makes that really solid so that it moves all in one motion, and that becomes very stiff. And I don't want it that stiff. I want to keep it so that it will move back and forth and give me the sound that I'm looking for. So that's why we do this. Well, there we have it. Now this radius here, this dish that I got here, it's an 18. It's for the back. And so now what we've got is we've got a curvature, I can feel it, on the back here. And we're all set to go and start carving it. So I'm going to take this over to the workbench, and you come and join me, and I'll clamp it there, and then we'll start carving a little bit here right now. All right, let's go do that. So I'm putting a clamp on here just so that it doesn't move on me. Now normally what I would do is I would put some tape in on either side of these braces so that if I should slip, then I'm going to hit the tape and I'm not going to actually score the actual back of the guitar. I'm not going to do that today because I'm feeling pretty confident. You know, that's your first mistake. When you're a little overconfident, you can get yourself into trouble without any effort whatsoever. I'm going to pyramid these so that they're shaped coming up like this. And then I'm going to scallop them as well. So I'm going to come back in about 2.5 to 3 inches from what I believe will be the outside edge of this. Get some of this scrap out of here. Actually, that's pretty close. That's not bad. I'll take my time on that. So now you see how we do that. I'll be doing that with obviously the rest of the braces. There's 8 ends to do, and then I will show you the final product and maybe stick a picture up on Instagram. We'll take a look at that shortly. And I will use our little jig that we made, that very simple jig out of scrap, to make sure that we get it down to the proper height, which is 60 thousandths of an inch. And then we will simply glue the back on and the front. But before we do that, there's one other thing I want to do, and that is I need to take some of this wood that I've already prepared here and make some braces to run around on the inside of the guitar here. I have one brace in here that you can probably see there, and I'm going to put another one down here and another one over here and up here and up here and probably one in here. I just like those cross pieces to be in there, because when they are, it means that it's very unlikely that guitar will ever crack on the sides, because it's got nowhere to go. It's held together by those cross pieces. So I'm going to put those in, and then we got to put the sound port in. And I really want to do the sound port a little differently than I have in the past, and I want to do it so that I can get it from either side. So I'm going to do it before I put the side and the back on, and I'll show you how I do that in another video coming up. So that's it for this video. Thanks very much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button and all that good stuff. Leave comments down below if you are inclined, and I will respond to you. I'd like to get back and have a conversation. I'm still writing in the community section. There's a couple more articles up there that you can take a look at. If you haven't been following me in that area, you probably want to do that. And I'm also working on book number 2. So the joy goes on, and it's available in America through Amazon, and deliveries 1 to 2 days. In Canada, they haven't figured out that it's already released. So it's going to be around the end of this month before that they clue in that it's released. So what can I say? Welcome to Canada. Anyway, it's time for me to go and have a cup of tea, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye now.